Sorry. La 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 la. Hey guys, we're back on Show Jesus, and this week's a little bit different because we had some snowy weather. So Lana and I made separate videos, and then we're going to combine them into one. So we're still going to talk about what we were going to talk about if we were together, and that is the second half of 1 John chapter 2, and it talks about not loving things of this world, but instead loving God. The verse is 1 John chapter 2, 15 through 17. Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the cravings of sinful man, the lust of his eyes, and the boasting of what he has and does, comes not from the Father, but from the world. The world and its desires pass away, but the man who does the will of God lives forever.
Is that, it says that it's a sin, basically, to love the things of this world, and that if you love the things of this world, then you probably aren't in as close a relationship with God as you should be. And what that's basically saying is that it's very hard to not love the things of this world because they make it so easy to love, everything as well, our friendships and things like that. But we also have to love that. We also have to love God and know that He is what's best for us. So that's what we should always be looking forward to, is to be with Him, and that's what we should love more than anything, is to be with God and not with.
God kind of puts us in here for our own good, like. We have to remember that this is our temporary home, and we're ultimately not going to be here forever. And as Christians, we shouldn't love this world. We should love the things of God, because that's where we're spending eternity. And if we love the Father and love Him and just, are consumed with that instead of things of the world, then that's going to shine through us. Just like it says, God is light. And last week we talked about the truth is seen in Him and you, because the darkness is passing and the true light is already shining, and we are that light. And like God's light is shining through us. I think that goes along with this also, is just that if we're consumed with the Father, then He is ultimately showing through us, and that's how we're going to bring people to know
This world seems to offer a lot of wonderful things, and it does, and God wants us to be here because He has reasons and He has purposes for us. We also need to remember that this world isn't what's to be loved, it's what God has in store for us and what His purpose is for us.
I had another thought when studying it. It's just that for a long time when I heard the words like our fearful God in songs or in verses, it completely confused me, because I was like, why is God fearful? I don't understand. He's supposed to be, like this big nice person. He loves everybody and is kind and gentle. And I was just like, okay, I don't get it. But I think that it's kind of like with our parents. Like, God is our Father, and just like with our parents, if they're telling us to do something, especially when we're younger, we're going to do what our parents say, even if we don't understand why, if we're scared of their consequences, if we're scared of what they're going to do if we find out that we did something wrong. And that's how it should be with God too. I mean, sometimes, I don't know about y'all, but I'll be too scared to raise my hand in worship or to go pray at the altar because I'm scared of what the people around me will think. But that's being fearful of the world, and that's loving the world. And if I was truly consumed of God and fearing God the way that I should, I'd be worried about what He would think of me if I didn't go down, and what He would feel, if He would feel hurt and like I was embarrassed of Him if I didn't go down to the altar when He was calling me to take care of something up there. And I think that's what it means when people say that He is a fearful God. That's what we should do. And it goes along with loving Him, because, I mean, God is love, and we love Him and He loves us, and that's just how it is with our parents too. I think that He kind of put that relationship there on earth, like the mother, father to the kids effect, to make us all see that and make it parallel to how He sees us and how we should fear Him, just like we fear our parents.
You just have to really remember how important God is in your life, and how much you love God more than anything. That's how it's supposed to be, and He loves us more than anything. And that's what we should do too, is we should just really, really keep our eyes focused on Him and on His Word and what He has for our lives.
And then the last, and certainly not the least, the world and its desires pass away, but the man who does the will of God lives forever. And again, John gives us a little bit of encouragement. God gives us a little bit of encouragement when we don't even necessarily need it. God could just be completely blunt in the situation, but he gives us like glimpse of hope. And this is why we shouldn't love the world. This is probably the main reason why we shouldn't love the world, because it does pass away. Like I said, it's our temporary home, and the man who does the will of God will live forever. And if you have God, if you have Jesus in your heart, you know, you will live forever in heaven with Jesus, and that's what we should be consumed with, not with things.
And don't forget to show Jesus everywhere you go. But really, don't forget.